Hey, folks, in today's episode, we're going to throw it way back to the 80s, 1980s to be exact, with Sid Sackson's Can't Stop.
You're listening to the Beans and Dice podcast, a podcast about how we game.
All right, you stuck around. Sid Sackson's Can't Stop. I got introduced to this by Wayne, I think like last week.
Yeah. On the call-in show. Yeah, I called in that I had gotten addicted to playing this game on PGA. Yeah.
I can see it. At first, I thought you were talking about Roll For It, which is another dice game that I've been looking at wanting to play. But Can't Stop, once I started playing it with you on BGA, got me so hooked that I went ahead and made my own version. Like, there's plenty of like print and play versions. This game is from 1980 by Sid Sackson. On BGG, you can download files to print your own version because it is an older game. I made my own copy, and I've been playing with my family. I've been playing with you guys on BGA. So I just thought I'd share that love of this very addictive dice-chucking, press your luck, game.
Yeah, I mean, it's really, you're just rolling 4 dice and doing the different combinations of 4 6-sided dice. But there definitely there's some strategy on when you commit your climbers versus what numbers you want to shoot for, and then trying to block other players. There's enough there to make this super light game interesting with your decisions.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about the board. Let's take the folks on how the game plays. So the way the game works is you're going to have columns, and there's going to be columns for each possible combination of 2 dice. So you use columns for 2s all the way to 12. So different combinations of dice. When you play your turn, you're going to roll all 4 dice, and then you're going to select with those dice 2 pairs. You're going to use those numbers to indicate what columns you're going to be working on for that round. You get to work on up to 3 columns for that turn, that round or for your turn. And on your next decision is, after you've chosen, let's say I made an 11 and a 7, I will then have to decide if I want to stop and then place my climbers in place of where I started moving these climbers here, or I can push my luck, which I will, and then roll and make 2 more pair. So at this point, I've now made a 7 and a 9. I can move it around and make a 9 and a 7, or I can make a 10 and a 6. Any pair, any combination that I want to make is what I decide to do. I'm going to go with the 10. You know what? No, I'm going to go with the 9 and the 7. So I'm going to place a new climber on the 9, and then my 7 actually gets to move up 1 more pip. Now I have another decision to make. My decision can be to either replace these 3 climbers with my markers, or I can try again. However, if I don't push up a marker on the 7 column, the 9 column, or the 11 column, I then bust. So I make a decision here. I'm going to go for it. Wayne, we're doing this. We're right in the game. You know what? We are right in the game. Here we go. I got a 9 and a 12. So I made a 9 and a 12. I can go up on the 9. The 12 means nothing to me because I've got no climber, no black marker on the 12. And at this point, I'm going to make good decisions, and I'm going to swap out these markers for my brown pieces. I will represent brown in this game. Pass the dice and the tray to Wayne, and he's got 3 climbers to make his decisions with.
All right, so I got a 7 and a 4. So I'm going to go on 4, and I'm going to go on 7, and I'm going to push. Erg. So 6 and 5, or 8.
It's just, yeah.
3, I'm going to go on 8.
So now he decides to pick which of that set he's going to use to place his third and final climber with.
So I got a 7 and a 2. I can go on 7, up another one. So as long as you can make a set amongst the 3 you've picked, you can keep rolling. You only bust if you're not able to move on your 3. So I'll do another roll here.
Yeah, because at most you'll only have 3 options.
Yep. So there's a 7 and a 5, but I'll go up on 7, and we'll keep going.
He can't stop.
Can't stop. Got that.
Oh, you got that 7 though.
Got that 7.
Those 7s are nice.
I think I'm gonna bust it. Let's see.
He pushed it too far, ladies and gentlemen.
Too far.
He's got 6 and 2, or 3 and 5. That's it. Yeah, he pushed too far. Because he could not move his climbers any farther, that is a bust, and it passes to me. So now, and this would all up to 4 players, and you would alternate just playing each round. So I'm going to go now, and now I have climbers that I need to add to the board, but I've already got some of my markers on the board, so I got to decide if I want to try to push them up with an 11, or I'm gonna stick with that. That 7 is nice. I'm gonna make a 7 combo and a 9. So I'm gonna move on the 7 track, and I'm gonna move up on the 9 track. Notice that because I'm already on the board, and I'll zoom in a little bit. Because I'm already on the board, I get to place that climber just one space above where I'm currently at. So I think slow and steady might win the race instead of going big or going home. So we have a 6 and a 3 or a 4 and a 5. I'm going to go with the 5. Add myself to the track. I have 3 markers. I'm going to push.
So you need 5, 7, or 9.
And we've got the 7, baby. We got the 7, and we got the 9, too. I'm going to go with the 9 and the 8, so I can only use the 9. We'll go up on the 9, and let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Going big. There's my 7. And the 10, I can't use the 10. I'm going to use the 7. And since I've already got a good lead on Wayne, I'm going to stop there. So now what happens, folks, is I'm going to peel off this climber and replace it with my marker, sliding it up. Do the same on the 9s, and then I will add one of my markers to the 5, and then pass it all to Wayne.
There's my 7 and 8. So I'm going to be on 7 and 8. There's my 12.
And notice that for the bell curve, right, the higher numbers and the lower numbers, the 2s and the 12s are harder to get, so there's less spaces that you have to move on those. Oh, Wayne's going big. He's doing it. He's doing it. Did he get it? Double 6s? I don't see it. I don't see double 6s.
No, but I got the 8.
He did get the 8, so he's still alive.
Still alive.
Does he stop here?
No, we're going again.
Ay, Dios mío. What is wrong with you people?
There's the 8.
He's still alive, Wayne. That 7 and 8's got you feeling lucky, don't it?
It does.
It does. That 7 and 8.
One more.
That 7 and 8. Those hit. There's an 8.
There's an 8.
I don't know what the other one is. Okay, there's a 10. So the 8 keeps you alive.
I think I'm going to stop.
Okay.
I won't go crazy this time.
I mean, 1 double 6, and you're at the top there. So the goal of the game is to get 3 of your markers to the top of the board before anyone else does. So it's a race. It's effectively a race. All right, so here we go. Here's my combos. We got 5 and 10, 10 and 6, or 10 and 6, or 10 and 6. Anyway.
There you go.
Yeah.
So you can live dangerously and go for the bigger numbers or lower numbers, but the probability says you're going to roll 6, 7, 8 the most.
I don't like the 6s and the 10s, and I still have a climber, so I'm going to go ahead and roll again. There's that 12 and 2. Do I join him on that 12 race?
Or stay on your own area and go for
I can do double 7. Double 7s. Let's go double 7s. I'm going to go twice on the 7s because I made 2 sets of 7s, so I get to push twice on the 7. So let's keep it going. Oh, I did not. I think I busted. I think I busted.
8s, 12s, 4. Yep.
I busted. I got nothing.
It's always the worst when you bust on the easier numbers.
When you got a 7 on the board, you shouldn't bust. 7. Look at that. That's all I needed.
Where do I take the 2?
Oh, look how risky he is. The 10 gets added as well. It's not an option. Right. It's a must.
It's a must, yeah.
So 10 and 2.
We'll see. There's an 8.
Still have 1 climber.
Yeah, I guess we're going on 8. All right, roll one more.
You're doing it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, what happened was...
I busted.
So he's come back to me.
I'm living too dangerously.
That you are, sir. That you are.
There.
Can't stop. Let's see. 9 and 7. I like 7s. I do like 7s. Let's go 7 and let's go 9. This will be 7 and 9 are going to be my way to win. We're going to go 7 and 9. Look at that. 7 and 9. I think this is meant to be. We've got 6 and 8. But I do have 1 climber left. I can make that a 4 and a 10. Or a 6 and an 8. How do I want to do that? Let's go 8. Put myself on the 8 track, and let's do it. One more. Come on, Carlito, you got this. There's a 7. So I can make a 7, and I can make a 4. 4 doesn't help. 7 goes up. I stop here. I don't go too crazy. I go crazy, but not too crazy. Right. So it puts me on the 9. Actually, it just moves me up on the 9. Moves me up on the 7, and adds me to the 8.
All right, there's let's see. Well, it's a 6 and a 4. So 6 and 4. There's a 7. So we'll go 7. Or no, I can do 6 and 3 and go up on the 6, but then I'm forced to go on the 3.
Yeah, because it's
Yeah, I'm gonna go 7.
a lot of decision points.
I'll go 7. Got my 7.
And 10 is useless.
Yep.
Another 7.
I got my 7.
Or a 6 and 4, but 7's good.
7's good. Bust.
I'll tell you what, when you are quick to pick up the dice and just chuck them.
I am. Yeah.
I kind of hold them a little bit. Kind of
think about it for a bit.
Well, I let them talk to me. They talk to me. They let me know, nah, boss, I'm tired, boss. I'm done.
I made the mistake of pushing too much too early, and now I'm trying to play catch up. So I'm pushing extra hard.
Yeah, it makes you feel like you have to.
Have to.
I'm going to make a 7 and an 8 on this one. 7, they're feeling good. They're feeling good with 7, especially when I got an extra climber here. So we got a 6 and a 2. 6, 7, and 8 that's the dream right there. If you're pushing 6, 7, and 8 in one turn, this is where you don't stop. Until when the dice tell you you're stopping. That is all. That is all.
Oh, there's 12.
Oh, there's your 12.
12.
Well, he doesn't go up. The climber goes up. Now you got to decide if you want to stop.
Yeah, no, I'm good because I still have another climber.
Okay.
I can only see what I get here. So there's an 8.
Because if he busts, he loses that climber and doesn't make it to the top.
Double 8.
Double 8 push.
Right.
Yeah.
So double 8 push, and I will stop.
All right.
Moves him up there. Gives me that there, and I now claim the 12. Now, if Carlos had been on the 12 at all, he would lose any below that once you lock a column. So now 12 is out of the game and can't be rolled again.
Oh, no, I love that idea because as the game gets towards this crescendo, its end, columns are getting locked out. So now you have places where no matter what you do, you're not getting any help from that.
Yep.
So let's see how this works out here. Carlito goes. He's got a 7 and a 6. So we will go with that. We'll go 1 up on the 7, and I'll add myself to the 6 row. He's going to hope for an 8. Carlos is hoping for an 8. I'm talking about myself in the third person because that's how things work.
Here's your 8.
Or 6 and 9. I'm going to get the 8. 8 and 9. So we'll use it as an 8 to go there and go crazy. We got a 9. I'm not using 9s. I got a 7.
7 and 7.
And a 7. Double push on the 7. Oh, I'm so close that I want to just keep going.
Can't stop, won't stop, right?
One more.
There you go.
Just one more. They're feeling it. Dice are feeling it. One more. There's my 7. There's my 7, and there's my 8. The 6 and 2 make 8. I got some progress. I mean, that felt good. So I need to learn to just go, as my mom would say, go hello and take it easy. And this one moves up to there and pass to Wayne. Right. That's big. Lots of numbers there.
10 and 11.
Now you can lock out that whole right side.
Yeah.
Go for it. You can definitely roll 10s and 11s again.
Yeah. Well, you got to do it, right? If you can play him, you got to play him.
I have friends like Max Burns. He can tell the odds on what each one is going to roll, each pair, like what the exact odds are.
So 8, 9, and 10. I'm going to roll one more roll.
Yeah, I like it. That's where he busts. Oh, no, you got the 9. Got the 10.
Got the 10. So we'll go up one more on 10. And stopping.
All right, so he added a marker, and now I go. Oh, that's heavy. I don't like heavy. Double up on the 9. Let's do that. So we're going to double up on the 9s. Oh, yeah, look at that. Go ahead, Carlito. You do this. We've got, or 6 and 6. We'll go 6 and 6. I like not adding that third marker if I don't need to.
One of the strategies I think works well is go as long as you can without adding all your guys.
We got 6 and 7 or 10 and 3. 6 and or 5 and 8. 6 and 7.
Gotta be the 7.
10 and 3. Yeah, that's 7. 7 and 6. And I got time because Wayne is behind. Wayne is behind. I have time, so we can swap that out. We can push up there. I don't think Wayne would have to really, really push hard to get up there.
All right. All 10s from here on out. Well, there's a 10. Oh, sorry. Or 7 and a 6. I'm going to go 110.
Oh, there it is again.
And that's a 6.
Or 9-7, but
Yeah, it was a 10. And then what was my other roll on the last thing? It was a 10 and what?
oh, geez.
Eesh.
Comment in there.
Comment where I messed that up. I think it was like a 4.
Okay,
I'm gonna say it was a 4.
we'll roll with it.
Yeah, and then that's a 6. So I'm on 10, 6, and 4. Rolling again. 6. 2 sixes.
2 6s, double 6.
Double 6.
Oh, he just picks him up and just chucks him. He's not even thinking. 10.
10 and 8. 10, and I'm gonna stop.
All right.
I don't know if it was a 4, but it was one of those lower numbers, and I'll assume that that's correct.
All right. I'm gonna go to my throwback here. I love my cups.
Roll a 7 and 9 here.
There we go. There's my 7
There's your 7.
and my 5. So we're gonna put on the 7. Get to the end of the track. We're gonna add to the 5. I'm not gonna stop because I have one dude left. He's only locked out the 12s. So if I roll only 12 and 7, then I'm skater out of luck. But that didn't happen. So I got 8 or double 9. We're gonna go 9, and now I will stop. So now we will lock out the 9s. We will lock out the 7s, and then 1 up on the 5s.
So Carlos is up 2-1.
You're only 1 space away on the 10s.
Yeah, we're on 10. Hey, 10.
There's your 10.
10 and 5.
Yeah, you got to lock that in.
And then there's my 5.
And then you stop right here.
I got one more climber left, right? We're going to keep going. I got one more climber. There's my 7, which doesn't do anything for me. Or 5. Or I can do double 1s. Do 2 and stop.
Take the short track
Try short tracking it.
and pray for snake eyes.
Pray for snake eyes.
What has 4 eyes? I guess I would. Look at these glasses, are huge. All right, we got, oh, look at that. Oh, 12s are locked out, so I can't use the 12.
Or 10.
10s are locked out because he locked out all the big numbers. So that only leaves me with either 7 or 9. 7s are locked out.
And
So
9's locked out.
Is it 9 locked out?
Yeah, you locked
I
out.
busted. First roll bust. You see how that goes? It's
All right,
no
ones,
options.
Double ones. Nope. But 6 and an 8.
Yeah.
Take
The
8.
8 progress is nice.
8 progress is nice, and 6 puts me there.
Yep.
And I still got a climber. And there's 2 8s. So.
Oh, come on now. No. All right.
But let's see. That's a 6 and a 6. So 2 6s.
You can have 6s all day. This is a long way to get to
Still got a
6.
climber.
I just can't have you get the 9, the 8.
One more 8.
No 8 still. We got 9 and 7. 7s are locked. 9s are locked. Are you busted? 12s are locked.
I got 4.
Oh, okay. Did you make a 4 out of that?
I make a 4 out of that.
Because I had 3 climbers and I couldn't do anything with them.
Yeah. But I can do a 4.
He's still on the board.
So that puts me on the board. Now, if I roll one more time and I get an 8, I win. But I'm not. I'm going to stop there.
You got to stop there?
Stop there.
Be smart about it.
One away from
Okay.
winning. Yes.
I was hoping you just pick up the dice and chuck them without even thinking.
I thought that time. You made me think.
Uh-huh. I should just let you go.
Let me go.
Not talk.
I just kept rolling.
All right, Carlito's got 8 and 7. 8s are still alive. 7s are not. So I have to go on the 8 track, and I can't use the 7. This is where 7s hurt. Once the 7s get locked in. 8 and 4. So we add to the 4, move up on the 8. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. We got 5 and 5. Let's do it. 2 pushes on the 5s.
You're locked in. 4, 5, and 8.
Ah,
4, 5, and 8.
because all you need is an 8 to win. I can't. I gotta go. 4 up, 1 on the 4, and I'm all out of dudes. I'm gonna have to count on you busting. I'm gonna have to count on just bad stuff happening to you. I can't do it. I'm pushing 4, 5s, and I mean 8s are okay. Was that a bad decision? It was a bad decision. That was a bad decision. There's his 8. He pushes it up on the board.
I could keep going.
Go ahead. Yeah, keep going. You could. Yeah. He's doing it.
Lose it, right?
You could. You totally could. I had 3 and lost it.
Oh, there's a 7 and an 8. There's my 4.
You're still alive. You want to try that again?
No, I'm done now.
So now that he stops pushing, he replaces the climbers with his peeps. And because he's locked out 1, 2, 3 columns, he's now officially the winner.
So there you go.
So that is how you play Can't Stop by Sid Sackson. I don't know how you found this game, Wayne.
To be honest with you, it was Dice Tower. I think Tom and a couple of people in various videos over the year, they've talked about this quick, Tom likes to play this with his kids, and he does it where he just always goes and tries to shoot the moon every time, right? It never stops. And so when I saw it on BGA, started playing BGA a lot in the last couple of weeks. I'm like, let's give this a shot. And it was like my lunch hour. And I played like 6 games of this in like the hour while I was sitting there at my lunch. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I like this. This is fun, quick. You could get a game done in 15 minutes, 20 minutes. And there's enough there to think about when do you stop going, when do you keep moving, when what numbers do you want to shoot for. It's fun.
It's got a lot going for it, folks. Things that I would say are detractors that people say it's just a luck-based game. Yes, it's dice. But it's not luck. It's bell curve. It's odds. It's making those decisions. There are so many decision points in this game when you're taking 4 dice and making 2 sets out of those dice. Because if you have 4 different dice that you rolled, there are, I don't know, what's the math? Probabilities to make different pairs. And then deciding which pairs you make are going to make you put climbers on the board, and you only get 3 climbers. So if you can find ways to get your climbers towards the center of the bell curve and use those easier numbers to get, but then you saw what happened with me. You get jammed up at the end. Once you complete a 7, you no longer have access to the 7.
The 7, the 8, the 10 all got locked out. That locks a lot of combinations out.
And it becomes like where I'm no longer rooting for the 7. So before I'm like, I need a 7, need a 7. Now it's like, please God, no 7s. Yeah. So there's just a lot in this game. I couldn't find it locally or online retail-wise, but I did see that on BGG they had a lot of ways to print out sheets and kind of make your own game. And we recently came into a laser cutter here at Beans and Dice. So I went ahead and made a laser cut version of it that you can see here. So I just kind of created my own markers, took a board and laser cut it with the numbers. You can see the different columns as you go up the columns. Real easy to make, but I mean, you can easily do this with like quarters, nickels, pennies, dimes, and a piece of paper.
Yeah, you can do this basically anywhere.
Or any game tokens that you have, because all you need is 4 dice, some columns, and some tokens to represent them.
Yeah, like right now, I think I looked on Amazon and there was only 1 copy or one person selling, and it was way expensive for what this would be, as a game. But so for now, we got the homemade version, and when we find one, or when I find one, I'll definitely pick up a copy. But this is the kind of game that you can, like you say, the real game is bigger. So, Carlos made one that you were saying that you were playing in your car.
We played this on the console, the center console of our Toyota Sienna minivan, while waiting for one of the kids to get done with an after-school activity, me and my youngest son.
Yeah. So this is totally something you bring to the ball field on the weekend when you're sitting around, kids playing soccer or baseball, whatever. You can play a couple games of this in between matches, in between pitches and stuff, and it's a fun little game. So.
And unlike Rodney, I will talk about solo here. I have been soloing this, just kind of early morning with my coffee. So what I've been doing, Wayne, and I'll show the folks at home, what I've been doing is I'm going to play the game by myself on my own, but I take a pip that I'm not using, and on turn 1, I place it there. Turn 2, I place it there, and I give myself 12 turns to get 3 to the top, and I've been finding that it's not as easy as you think. Yeah. So I've got 12 rounds to find a way to push my 3 climbers up to the top.
Yeah, that's cool.
So it's been just kind of a quick and not brain burning. It's just something I like in the morning. It's just an activity to get my brains going, get the juices flowing. So from the Beans and Dice crew here, I'm Carlos.
And I'm Wayne.
And we recommend Can't Stop by Sid Sackson. Check it out. Don't forget, Thursday nights is our live call-in show. Every Thursday night, we talk to you about games that you've been playing, and you just call in Thursday nights here on YouTube. We're also on Twitch now and on Facebook Live, but the phone number is 813-618-7099. You call in, and you tell us what games you're playing, or you tell us why we're wrong about the games we're playing. So thanks for watching. Good night, y'all. Bye, everyone.
Thanks for watching the Beans and Dice podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe.